right, welcome back to another episode of the Common Sense Experience, featured only on the Black Podcasters Network. We're here back for another exciting episode. I'm one of three hosts here at my brothers, Amir and Pete. What's going down, fellas?
Yo, mic check 1 2. What is this? What's good, fellas?
What up, guys?
Chilling. Shit, chilling, man. Chilling, man. It's been a crazy ass week, man. And as we'll get into it, man, Amir gets shit popping off. But at least for me, man, this shit was actually, it was good up until fucking yesterday. Yesterday tipped me over the fucking scale. Like, I was mad as shit, man. And we'll get into it. So I'm not even gonna go ahead and get on my rant yet. So, Amir, let's get shit popping, man.
Well, shit, man. Hey, man, hello, world out there, though, man. Y'all know what it is. Like Chuck said, man, Common Sense Experience. You know how we do. So we going to give y'all that real. And y'all know how we always start this joint off, though, man. So, man, I'm just go ahead, man. Pass the mic, so to speak, though, my man Pete, though, man. What's on your mind, man? What's going on, man?
What's on my mind? Well, what's on my mind is the sensitivity of the fucking world. Like, I know about this Cam Newton shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, for those who don't know, after a game, Cam Newton, the quarterback of the Carolina Panthers, was being asked a question by a female reporter about routes,
right.
And kind of took it like, wow, it's just funny hearing a female talk about routes. And after he said that, like, mad backlash came back at him. Maybe because I'm a man, I don't know. But I also see a lot of women talking about why is it that fucking serious? Like, I didn't get the problem. Like, it didn't sound sexist, it didn't sound degrading. I thought it was just like it was a joke, or he was like in awe. You know what I mean? Because when you hear a woman talk about football, to me it's dope. It's like, okay, shit, she know about sports. Let's get it cracking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't get the overall backlash about it. And to me, I think the overall backlash came from more of the feminists that kept their mouth shut, like when Sandra Bland died and voted for Trump, the same person that said, grab him by the pussy. I think those are the type of people that got mad, because I saw a lot of our sisters and, a lot of black folks in general talking about, like, why is this shit that serious? Don't get it twisted. Cam is a dickhead. He's an asshole. You know what I mean? Like, he could have brought this attention on him by,
and he takes it in it.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's just like, I didn't get the outrage about that, and that just shows me, like, where the fuck we at as a society, and it's kind of annoying. You know what I mean? I just don't understand it. And shout out to Damon. I ain't like y'all yogurt any fucking way. We fuck with yo play over here.
Right.
We already knew y'all wanted to get rid of Cam. That whole getting rid of him because of what he said to the female reporter, that was some bullshit. We see y'all though, it's cool. And also the female reporter who kept her job, I don't know if y'all hip to this, but we find shit. Shout out to Black Twitter. They found some old Twitter statements of hers that were pretty fucking racist about 4 or 5 years ago. And the funny thing about it, shout out to Shannon Sharp, she responded, not to make I'm not here to make excuses. I'm sorry for what I said, but it was 4 or 5 years ago. Bitch, that sounds like an excuse to me. Cause
that sounds like you were still a fucking adult 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, time doesn't matter. Time doesn't matter. But I'm pretty sure she didn't get suspended, and I'm pretty sure she still kept her job. So it's just the ways of the world to me, man. That's kind of grinding my gears right now. It's like, wow, all this shit that we really could be focusing on, and this is a problem. Yeah, I got 2 fingers for y'all, and they both in the middle of my hands. So, yeah.
Chuck, you want? Because I want to kind of go in though, but Chuck, I know you got.
No, you can go. You can go in. I'll hop in after you.
Man, listen. First, when I first saw it, I thought he was making a slight joke about women and their driving. When he said about, say the funny women talking about routes.
That way. That's interesting. Right. Okay.
So when I first read it, I actually haven't heard it yet. The response, these guys, it's funny how you can touch racial issues and kind of almost, because Skip Bayless plays the covert racism very well, very strategic. And he always always gets passed along to Skip. I know you're not racist. That's how he'll say it. Or Stephen A. when he was talking, Skip, Skip, something like that. They're talking whatever though, and they always try to make sure they, let people know that Skip isn't being racist when he's being racist. But when it comes to women, you can't say shit. You can't have an opinion. You can't even, say women, you shouldn't try to provoke men or whatever, though. So, I expected Stephen A. to say what he said. I expected Shannon Sharp to say what he said, though. But it's crazy, man. It's insanity, and you can't say nothing. First of all, you're dealing in a male-dominated sport. All men or whatever, though. Testosterone running high. You have this woman that's talking. It's not like he, tried to degrade her all the way. He just made a little comment. I mean, really, shout out to Emmitt Smith. He said, though, we're worried about him, but we're not worried about what our president is saying. We're about Cam Newton. Right now, this is what we're worried about. And I know. I don't know if this is something you're gonna bring up, Pete. Though, so I don't want to try to take over, or whatever. Though, but you know about the Terrell Pryor situation, right?
Yep. Talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't want to get to that too much, though. Because is that something you want to talk about as well?
You know what? It's funny you asked that. Yeah. I was trying to, when how we do our grind ideas, the first part of the show. I was debating over which two I wanted to talk about, but since Cam was such up there on the radar, I wanted to just throw that out there. But we could definitely partake there. Speak about it, man, because pretty soon, you gotta understand, niggas is frustrated, man. That's what y'all don't get. Folks, it's a saying out there. I don't know who said it. I think I saw it on D.O. Hughley's Instagram. It says, all these folks who's tired of talking about racism, imagine the people that's actually fucking going through it. Imagine how tired we are. And Terrell Pryor, he's fucking tired.
Tired, man. We're fucking tired. Chuck, if you don't know exactly what went on with Terrell Pryor, a fan in the audience, a fan in the stand, called Terrell Pryor a nigger while he was at the Kansas City Chiefs stadium. And so he flipped him the bird. You know what I'm saying? He was saying other expletives, though, but he flipped him the bird, though, and that's what got called upon or whatever, though. And they're making a big issue about it, though, whatever, though. You should be able to be professional and this and that or whatever, though. But that's going on, though. But yet Cam Newton says a little joke, and that becomes the headline news. And then the Terrell Pryor situation becomes like the, the little, we're going to put that in as a little insert. We're going to put this as a headline. And so, it's just you see the game they play, though, whatever, though, and this is the bullshit we gotta live in, man. This is why I said, man, the world is ran by geeks and gays.
It's kind of breaking news since we're talking about it. I know y'all hit the Sean King. He's a writer and a journalist. Good brother, good dude. I just saw he just put on his Instagram breaking news. At NFL players on two different teams have told me the teams are doing as Trump asked in creating policies to require them to stand. I think it's going, and I hope it does. I really feel Terrell Pryor's frustration is being carried among all the black people in the NFL, and I just hope I hope it just leads them to doing something more. Fuck y'all. I'll skip a check or two. I ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's not about the consumers watching it. It's about the players, man. And that's really going to start a revolution. Once these motherfuckers chill out, and you know what? Fuck it, I ain't playing. And furthermore, I don't know if y'all hit to Dave Chappelle's writing partner. It's Neil Benham, I think his name was. He helped him create the Chappelle show. Kind of a good dude. He be on the fence sometimes, but he said something. He said, you know what? Will help get us gun control laws real quick. Instead of all the NFL players kneeling for the flag, How about they raise their fist up in one hand, and in the other hand, they raise the AR-15 and bet money as the policies will change real quick on gun controls. Because NRA don't fuck with niggas anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's blatant in your face, man. It's blatant in your face. And I hope these football players are seeing what the fuck is going on. Hope y'all stacking your good up and make a move, man. Make your own league. Fuck it. Like, this is some bullshit. This is some bullshit, man. I know we got other topics to get to, so I'm gonna just chill on it. But it grinds your gears, dog. And shout out to Terrell Pryor for not only not apologizing, as I'm pretty sure like his publishers or the Washington racial slurs want him to do, but he said what everybody's thinking. You know, we put up with so much shit. It's only so much more we gonna put up before we retaliate, and that's word.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that about the AR-15 though. And before I, you know what I'm saying though, go into the other topic though, Chuck, what do you want to say though? And I'm gonna go ahead and say what I gotta say though, because I'm glad you said that though, Chuck. What's
all right, so I'm gonna keep it on topic. I don't want to completely do a 180 on the joint. You know, if my issue comes up later on,
so back full circles. Even if we be like, all right, Chuck, Chuck, and we be like, all right, we got you.
But this popped in my head is y'all because I didn't know about the Terrell Pryor shit. So that on top of what happened with Cam Newton, last year or this year, a movie came out with Ice Cube and a guy named Jillian Bell, I don't know his name, or Charlie Day, called Fist Fight.
Fist Fight, yeah.
Yeah, so it was a movie where an angry black teacher and this nerdy white guy, where the black guy was, I guess, bullying this nerdy white guy around. Now, for some reason, I was in the shower the other day, and the imagery that this movie is portraying hit me like hard as shit. I'm like, yo, that's fucking crazy. Like, they're showing like this angry black guy and now this white defenseless nerdy white guy. Like, come on, dog. That shit's not even real, man. So
the dude from Horrible Bosses, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right. So if you look at that, the image is black people are dangerous, right? Black people are angry. So with this whole Cam Newton shit and them pretty much just cutting this nigga's balls off for making a very, very light statement. Matter of fact, Pete, just yesterday I was talking with my coworker. She was saying the same shit. Yo, niggas is sensitive. He didn't even say nothing. He's just like, yo, people are just so damn sensitive. You can't say shit. But then you got the Trump talking about saying all types of crazy shit, but him not being called out. He's not losing endorsements like Cam Newton lost, right? So it's the imagery is real, man, and we have to keep having these type of conversations. So as the podcast grows and people start hearing more about the show and some of the topics we talk about, like, imagery is important, man. Like, that shit is big, especially for young kids, right? Just imagine you got a 5 or 6 year old watching Fist Fight, and then now they get older and their image or perception of black men is that they're dangerous. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Like that since forever, man.
Yeah, it's just fucking crazy, man. It's fucking crazy, man. They say there's nothing new under the sun. Shit just changes the way it looks.
The U.S. Army football team took a knee.
Took a goddamn knee. Speak on it.
So I need to ask those people who care about patriotism, do they count? Or only the ones that do what they're told? And see, most people do what they're told. They don't even know why they do it. Motherfucking Aaron Rodgers said, let's join and lock arms. And people had an issue. Put your hand over your heart. What the fuck? Are you 5? You don't have a mind of your own? You can't do something else with your hands and your body that can commemorate and respect the flag? Other than that, that shows that you are a puppet. But I need to ask one question, though. Cam Newton, are you black now? Remember that shit? Cam Newton, are you black now, baby? Speaking of still nigga.
Yeah.
O.J. Simpson is out, baby. The juice is loose.
Juice.
He's loose, baby. He's loose. He is loose, man. Did y'all see the video when he was in the car?
Nah.
Yeah, at the gas station.
Oh, that shit is hilarious, man.
OJ.
I was shout out my boy Ryan Diggs, though, because his commentary on the video was hilarious, man. But it's just OJ's out. OJ is out, man, and you know, and you know these white folks, man, they're going crazy. Like, oh God, I can't believe this murderer is out. Like, what murderer? O.J. Simpson?
Right.
I don't know of any other murderer that got out of jail right now. He's not a murderer.
Nah.
Was he convicted?
He was acquitted.
I don't know.
Nah, he wasn't. He was a thief.
Did he ever admit to killing them?
No.
I didn't hear that.
No, sir.
But he pled not guilty, and he was found not guilty, right? Am I correct? He didn't plead no. He didn't say he was. He didn't say he did it, but he was self-defense. It wasn't even that. He just said, I mean, you know. And shout out to Shannon Sharp for what he said. I believe he alluded to the fact that the judge said she doesn't want him back at his home in Florida, and he said, "Where's George Zimmerman living?" Shannon Sharp plays no fucking games, man. Shout out to that brother though, and be careful, brother, because you know what I'm saying. No, they coming for you. They're always coming for you, man. So we got to make sure we you know, stand behind that brother. And the other brothers who on TV, Jalen Rose as well. Shout out to him. And shout out to Jacoby, too. You know what I mean? We got to shout out to stand-up white dudes, too. So, yeah, man, just kind of your thoughts on O.J. Simpson being out, though, and kind of just the reaction from, you know, and not just white people. There's white people out here, you know, who feel like, oh, my God, he shouldn't be out because he killed her or whatever, though. What are kind of your thoughts on the O.J. Simpson situation?
Yeah, do y'all notice? I think this is how I feel, and I think I feel like how Charlamagne the God feel. Why are we so interested? Who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? Why do we care? But I don't know if y'all do. Maybe it's just me. Do y'all notice the majority of the motherfuckers that do care are the white folks? Like at the gas station, who ran up on them? White folks. I don't know if y'all seen the picture of him in the Verizon store. Motherfucker going to get a phone. Who he's taking a picture with? White folks. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like us people, we don't give a fuck. We don't care. It's y'all motherfuckers that care. It's y'all motherfuckers that's keeping them relevant. It's y'all motherfuckers that's taking pictures and flick. Oh, it's the Jews. I like the Jews. It's the Jews. He's the greatest. You know what I'm saying? While y'all talking about it behind his back. So it's just funny to me how y'all have all these motherfuckers that's mad that he's out, but yet the first people that go find him, that go take a picture with him, is white folks, man. Like, we see what it is, man. Like, my blinders ain't on, dog. You know what I mean? We know what it is. Y'all motherfuckers care. Y'all motherfuckers wanna hop in on a celebrity. Y'all ESPN had a 30 for 30, and it was one of the best 30 for 30s I've ever seen. It had 7 parts, y'all boys. That was the only 30 for 30 movie. Right? Yeah, that had 7 parts. On top of them having another show called OJ Made in America on fucking FX about the trial. Right. He was making these shits, not us. We ain't making these shits. We knew OJ wasn't with us for a long time. He only came to us with his tail between his legs when he was going on trial for fucking double murder. Like, we don't care about OJ. Y'all do. Right. That's y'all that's keeping the name alive, not us. So to answer your question, we don't give a fuck. They do.
Yeah, man, it definitely shows you that white people. Before I go ahead and get into it, because I feel myself about to go in. Chuck, man, what are your thoughts on the whole O.J. Simpson situation?
All right, I won't be long. I won't be long, but like,
go ahead, brother.
So we don't know if O.J. killed those white people. Like, this is all speculation. However,
for the white people, he didn't do it.
Yeah. However, we have video footage.
Speak on it, brother.
We have video footage of cops murdering people, but yet there's no uproar on those. Like, you know what I'm saying, like, did that, like, just think, like, that shit is retarded. I'm sorry. There's no other word. Like, people have to be mentally dumb to even sit there and say this is a debatable conversation. Like, no, nigga, we have video of cops killing people. Matter of fact, the most recent thing, I think, I don't know if we're going to talk about on today's show, where the dude was running away. Cops trying to right in the back.
Let's get to that. You gotta make that a topic, goddammit.
Come on, right? So the cops are like, people say, well, you know, and then they try to justify the shootings, right? So it's crazy, man. Like, we live in a fucked up world, man. Like, it's crazy, man. It really is, man. So, you know, shout out to all the dumb white people and black people who. It's
not the world that's fucked up. It's the people that's in it.
That's true. Yeah, that's the
world looking at us like, leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
The tsunamis and shit, hurricanes, leave me the fuck alone. It's the people that's in it, man.
That's why Mother Nature, she's purging. Like, no, I'm tired of y'all motherfuckers. Y'all doing too much, man. Y'all doing way too much, man. Y'all killing niggas and all this hatred and shit. Come on, man. Just love one another, man. What the fuck? Get out of here with this hatred shit.
But yeah, I have to be very careful, though. The people aren't really fucked up. The demons that are masquerading as people who control people are fucked up. People are zombies. And that's what it is. That's what it is. I'm not fucking tell you I want to lock arms in unity, and you get shot at obscenities and told put your hand on your fucking heart. When people are in that type of mind state, they're not even in control of themselves to even think logically.
Yeah.
Let's join the motherfucker. That's like getting mad at somebody who says, let's hold hands and pray, and someone's saying, what the fuck are your hands clasped? There's different ways to pray. It's like there's different ways to acknowledge being an American. But people are robots. So when that song comes on, automatically they have got control of their arms and hands. It automatically says to put your hand over your heart. And so this is what it is. So when we speak about the OJ thing, white people are spoiled.
Yeah.
And they can't get over it. They can't get over the fact that this black man got off for killing this white woman. This, in their eyes, and let's be honest, she wasn't a bad looking woman, attractive, blonde haired white woman, and they can't get over it. And we're supposed to get over everything, though. Y'all don't even know, like you said, that he did it or not. Y'all speculate. Y'all think there's enough evidence to prove that he did it, but y'all don't know. Y'all still can't get over that. 20 plus years later. Now that shows you that's sickening. But we're supposed to get over something that happened 3 years ago. Eric Garner was 3 years ago. Trayvon?
Yeah.
5, 4, 5 for that 2012, 2013.
12-year-old Tamar Rice.
That's good.
Yeah.
Was he even 12?
Orlando Costello.
Tamir Rice.
Sandra Bland. 12.
Sandra Bland. Corinne Gaines. We're supposed to get over these things.
Yeah.
We're supposed to get over stuff that was caught on camera. Rodney King. Y'all can't get over OJ. Y'all can't get over it. Y'all can't let it go. White people can't let it go. Black people who want to be white can't let it go. Shout out to Steve Harvey. Stephen A. Smith. Oh, man, and Oprah. But I'm just saying, y'all can't get over this shit. That's amazing. That the 2 things that we had is O.J. Simpson getting away with that murder and saying the word nigga. And y'all are so spoiled. Such brats that y'all can't even let us have that. And the nigga still went to jail.
Yeah.
9 years is a long time. I don't know what you are.
For robbing your own shit.
Nigga, That's a whole time period of your life, a whole decade of your life. That's a generation. He was in jail for a generation.
For robbing his own shit to get his own shit
that he
back.
got back.
Yeah,
so if you get your shit back that you went to jail for, doesn't that prove that it was your shit? Why the fuck did you go to jail? This is what the fuck we got to deal with. This is what we got to deal with. White people doing this stuff. But it is ironic, though, getting on the conspiracy level. I don't want to go too deep. That the two most polarizing people, probably in the last 30 years, certainly, are now out the same, are amongst us at the same time. And Donald Trump is president, and O.J. Simpson. Makes you think, huh? Because O.J. Simpson's going to have a reality show, and Donald Trump already has his reality show right now. It's called Being President. So. Oh, man. O.J. Simpson might be in the cabinet. That'd be a spin. Oh, man. It's crazy, man. Shout out to white privilege, man.
Shout out to the WP.
Gotta give it up for the W and the P's, man. Gotta give it up for the W and the P's, man, though, man. Oh, boy. All right. I talked a little bit about the football team or whatever, though, the U.S. Army football team, and them taking a knee, and not being a lot of coverage about it. You know what I'm saying, though? So, I guess before I get into the other topic, just I guess briefly or whatever, or y'all want to go ahead and expound on it even more. What are your thoughts on that? I really, you know what I'm saying, though, get kind of your thoughts on that whole issue.
Thoughts on the Army team not on the middle,
taking the knee and not really getting much coverage.
I mean, I'm sorry, man. Like I don't know. I'm pretty sure y'all brothers feel the same way, but I'm at the point now where we know what it is. Like, they don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, like you alluded to it, man, and I ain't even thinking about it. Like, a lot of these humans, man, they got the devil in them. It's a demon inside of them where these motherfuckers, where logic doesn't exist in this world, man. Common sense and logic, explanation, none of that shit exists in this world if it doesn't follow the agenda, man. Here you have the whole fucking Army team. Nah, it wasn't UB, it wasn't Alabama Crimson Tide, it wasn't Clemson, it wasn't fucking North Carolina State, it wasn't none of that. It was Army, bruh.
So to be the Army football team, you have to be in the Army, right?
You actually have to be enlisted into the fucking Army in order to play on the Army football team. Yes, sir. So you have all of these people upset over the flag and using the excuse that folks are disrespecting the folks are disrespecting the veterans or the people who fight for us and yada yada yada. And if you take and I think I talked about this last week and maybe on another show. Is take the whole media agenda out of this shit, take the whole social media, take what you see on the news off your brain and actually research some shit, you will see that the fucking veterans, the people the people that wears the uniform of Navy, Army, Marines, a lot of these motherfuckers are with Kaepernick. Matter of fact, when Kaepernick, people don't realize Kaepernick stopped kneeling or stopped standing for the flag a minute ago, but people didn't notice for a minute until a newsman said something about it. And if people go back to that, Colin Kaepernick talked to a veteran. A veteran reached out to him and said, "Yo, I know you trying to stand for something, but I suggest you do this." It was a veteran's idea for Colin Kaepernick to kneel. You know what I'm saying? only because he didn't want he understood what Kaepernick was going through, but he wanted to, like, you know, maybe you could do this instead of that. And Colin Kaepernick agreed to it. So I say that to say this. We live in a world where everything is controlled, man. Media, what you read, what you see on TV, and people can do whatever the fuck they want, the powers that be. And so we see the only thing they can do is control all information. And that's one of the good things about having internet and we live in today's world where just as much as they try to control shit, us as the people can still go and look and search for the information. You have to go and look and search for shit like that, bruh. They're not gonna talk about it on the news. They're not gonna bring it up because it go against the agenda that they're trying to spew to keep us down. If they was to talk about it, it'd be over. We'd be in the uproar. They'll realize what the fuck what they're trying to push. None of us believe. It doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's more easier for them to ignore shit and then control their agenda and keep it pushing. Like, I see it. I don't know if everybody else see it. I know that boy see it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. How can the Army football team not get national coverage? Y'all ask that easily. The powers that be won't let it get national coverage. You know what I'm saying? But for those that see it, I salute to y'all. Salute to the Army. We know what it is. We respect y'all, and I'm pretty sure a higher percentage of people that's enlisted, that's in the Army, that work veterans, they know the reason behind these protests. Because you know what they really pissed off at? They really pissed off at, and I'm gonna end it like this. I know I hope I answered the question in some type of way, bro. But I'm gonna end it like this before we go on to y'all boys. The veterans and the people that's enlisted, they're not concerned about people kneeling for the flag. They're not sweating the flag. They're more concerned about how come after we done fighting these rich people wars, how come we don't get help with jobs? How come veterans don't get health care like they supposed to get? You know what I'm saying? Majority of the homeless people are veterans. Our motherfuckers that gave up their life for America. You know what I'm saying? But you got powers that be and everybody in the world worried about the motherfucking kneeling and disrespecting the flag instead of really helping these Army veterans, instead of really helping these soldiers when they come home. Y'all doing all this shit talking, y'all disrespecting the flag, and y'all disrespecting our soldiers. It's really y'all disrespecting them because when they come home from the bullshit anyway, they have no hope. They get nothing. All they get is a pat on the back and a fucking medal. And that's it.
No doubt about it, man. It definitely shows the hypocrisy that goes on within government, man, and how they try to, just play on people's minds, whatever. But before I go ahead and go too deep, Charles, man, what are your thoughts, man? What are your thoughts on the whole situation?
I mean, Pete alluded to it, rightfully, man. It, it's the powers that be, because if they start not advertising, but if they start putting that shit out there, like the whole Army football team is kneeling, it's going to bring up other conversations. And mm-hmm. Pete hit on a couple of those, right? How come our vets don't have jobs? How come we have homeless vets? How come they have trouble getting access to healthcare? Right. So it will bring up the conversations that America doesn't want to have. Right. And so when I put a post on Facebook, something about having those conversations where it may be uncomfortable, but the conversations are needed. So if they do start putting out there that the Army football team is kneeling, of course they're gonna start reaching out to some of the staff and, well, why are you guys kneeling? Well, this is why. These are a list of reasons. On top of police brutality, this also affects veterans as well. People who the families of veterans, right? People who unfortunate families who, lose a husband or a wife or whatever, a son, and now they're personally impacted by it. But then they're looking to America, the country that they served, and they're not getting the assistance that they need. It's crazy, and because even if you think about the I guess the amount of money that veterans are paid, retired senators get, I guess, 10 times more money than veterans do. Retired veterans.
I don't know, 10 times is even. 10 times you might be lowballing it.
Yeah, that could be a fucking understatement. Nigga, the fucking Obama's, that nigga's, I think his retirement salary is like $400,000 a year. Post presidency. Nigga, your retirement package is $400,000 a year. Come on, I'm laughing because it's when you think about it, man. I don't know. I have trouble putting it. That's why whenever we talk about these type of subjects, because I have trouble conceptualizing it and accepting really that this shit is actually really going on. Like, people think this shit is okay, right? This is the norm. Like, cool, nigga. Our president get $400,000 a year, but a vet retired from the army, he's making $10,000, $5,000 a year from his package. Like, no benefits. Come on, the VA treats the VA is a fucking horrible hospital. They, at least from what I hear, that they treat the veterans terrible.
That's said by veterans. So
say it again.
That's said by veterans. So yeah.
Yeah. It's ridiculous, man. I don't know, man. I just, yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, it just goes to show you, man, that as far as that, they don't give a fuck. It's plain and simple. I don't know how else to even sum it up. All of what y'all just said is, you know, as Pete always says, ditto. It's like, it just gets to the point where it's like, I mean, if they're kneeling, if the U.S. Army football team is kneeling, then it can't be about the veterans. It can't be about the service. So what is it now? What are you going to say now? Yeah. What do you say after that? And I forget what branch of the armed forces. I don't want to disrespect the branch or whatever, though, because I know there's people that's in the service that even if they're against the government, it's a fraternity. It's a thing. I don't want to disrespect that bond they have for what they've been through. But one of the lieutenants, somebody wrote a racist joint or whatever, though, he went out. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? One of the main people with that branch. Yeah. I forget what branch it is, so I don't want to.
I saw that video.
Yeah. So it goes to show you, do y'all care about them? People within shit are still doing racist shit to another fellow person that's in the armed forces with them. So when they act like this shit is just make believe and all this shit is going on, like, we're just, oh my God, you guys just, what? So what is your agenda? The motherfucker tells you, and I'm gonna get to this. I'm gonna get to this bitch later on, though. But motherfuckers tell you they voted for Trump, and they try to give you a reason why they voted for Trump, but you can't explain why you listening to Farrakhan. They can tell you why they voted for Trump. This is what we live in. So it is what it is, though, man. Speaking of bullshit, though, man, this Vegas shooting. All right, man. I'm tired, bruh. Stephen Paddock was supposedly the lone shooter.
Bullshit. Oh, shit. Excuse me.
That went to a hotel with all this ammo and shot all these people. Is the count as far as, was it to 400 people that he injured and 50, 60 some people killed? And look, this is in no way, rest their souls. That's a heinous act. But saying something is a heinous act and acknowledging what went on doesn't mean that you can't go ahead and investigate on what you think was the reason for the heinous act. And that's what people get confused. It's like, almost like, well, what about you don't care about the victims? Yes. And if I was killed, I want motherfuckers to find out what really went on. If it was bullshit, what's being said. But again, we're dealing with zombies. We're dealing with robots.
Yeah.
And so, you know, talking to the humans out there, listening to the show, just to get y'all thoughts before I go in, because I'm tired of calling shit conspiracy, man, when it's obvious bullshit. tired of going ahead and going through all this, man. This is you know what I mean? This is obvious bullshit. They got this motherfucker on there. He killed himself, but he killed himself. He did this, but he had plans to do other stuff. So let me get this right. he had plans to do other shit, but he decided to go ahead and just off himself. But yet the guy who killed Kennedy, he kept himself alive. So y'all respond.
You mean Bush? You mean the Bushes? Oh, my bad.
No, I mean or Reagan. Or look,
my bad.
All I'm saying is this is bullshit. I don't have time to play games, man. This is bullshit, though. But that's my feeling. What are y'all thoughts on it? I don't know, Pete. You want to go first? Chuck, you want to go first?
Go ahead, Chuck, man.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's the same shit, man. You know, when and the issue is that whenever you start, and people throw that word conspiracy theory around when we start asking certain questions because logically the shit doesn't make sense. Like, how do all these fucking cameras, all this fucking ammo, and nobody caught this motherfucker? Nobody's shit in, right? So it when you start asking those questions, because we're not a critical thinking society, it's either whatever the media says or it's a conspiracy theory. There's no in between. There's no questioning, right? Like people get on you when you question 9/11. Right, you just and that's don't say that because that's too sensitive. And then you start questioning. Well, over 1,000 people died. You're being insensitive. No, nigga, I'm trying to get to the root of what fucking happened.
Right.
Not the fact that I'm very sad that we've lost that many people all at one time. Yes, it's fucked up, but we need to know what the fuck happened. Same thing with this Vegas shooter. Like people don't want to think, man. And again, they throw the word conspiracy theory out there. Well, this is a conspiracy theory. You're saying this is government orchestrated and all this other BS. Like, come on, man. We can't be that dumb. Well, I guess we are. I guess we can be because.
I'm glad you said it, Chuck.
Like that's why. Like, if you know, it's like past couple of shows, like we've been getting deep in some like real like crazy shit, and it's hard for me to articulate because it's like so like on a crazy level. Like I can't even conceptualize it that people are actually literally questioning the validity of, well, the shooter did everything and it was no coincidence that he didn't get caught, and it makes sense to me. Like, what? Are you fucking sick? Come on, where's your brain? Where's your fucking brain? Use it. Just ask questions. That's all you want. Just ask questions. Can we ask a question, please? Let's have it sit at the table. Let's ask a question. Don't go off the topic. Don't go off the subject. Don't start saying, well, 9/11, they didn't. No, nigga, we talking about the Vegas shooter. Does it make sense that he had all this shit? There's over 200 cameras. Nobody saw him. Not one camera caught him. Does that make sense to you?
Not one.
Not one. Come on. And somebody put a meme on Facebook and they're saying, so you're telling me at a football stadium where they have over 81 cameras, where it catches every single second of everything that goes on, but yet this hotel had over 200 cameras, it didn't catch anything?
In Vegas.
The hotel, and it's in Vegas.
Yeah.
Vegas gotta have the most motherfucking cameras on their street out of all city, states, whatever. Like, go ahead, Chuck, my bad.
No, you're good. No, yeah, I was wrapping up. This shit is crazy, B. Like it. I don't know, man. I don't, man. We're truly a sheep society. You know how it says in the Bible, we are the sheep or the lamb of God. They don't critically think. They're dumb. They're stupid. That as a society, that's where we are. You know, we're lambs. We're sheep. Whatever the shepherd says, aka the media, or those the powers that be. That's what we go with. Well, if they said it, then that's right. And it was going to go into my event a little bit, and I'll hit on it just a little bit because I don't want to go off topic, and we'll hop right back in. But the doctor post that Pete you mentioned before we got on the show, people take what this doctor says like, as face value, right? They don't question it, and that pisses me off when people say, "Did you ask your doctor?" Oh yeah, I asked my doctor, and what's your fucking point? Like they don't have all the answers, and they're fucking human, and they're part of a system that's designed to keep people sick. So I'd rather not talk to my doctor. Like when I was doing my herbal cleanse, did you talk to your doctor? No, that nigga's he's not fucking trained in herbology. The fuck? Well, how do you know the herbs will interact with your medication? I'll find out myself. I'm not gonna ask this motherfucker who has no idea what a fucking herb is, probably.
But you're not saying if you are a doctor, you a bitch ass nigga. You're not saying
that. There's some legit doctors out there.
Yeah, I'm joking.
You know what I'm saying, like who are not, they're not in it for profit. Like they're a doctor because they want to help heal people. But then you got some doctors, like, minds who just wants to keep people sick, right? They don't want you to do your further education. They don't want you to critically think, right? You start asking questions. They're like, well, I'll say this last thing, and then I'm going to pass it to Pete to talk on the Vegas shooter shit. So I was going back and forth with my doctor on some shit, and we'll probably talk at the end when we wrapping shit up. But long story short, this nigga emails me an article from 2010. Nigga, this is 2017. We're talking about my life here. You talking about sending me an article that's 7 years old? Clinical trials that were done 7 years ago? The fuck out, like people see, and he must think I'm one of them people that don't do research.
Yeah.
So
probably.
That's type of shit, man. We gotta think, man. We have to think. That's it. It comes down to the end of the day. Think. Just think outside the box. Stop focusing in on, well, the media says it must be true. Come on, man. We gotta do better. Man.
Look, man. Before I even get to the Vegas shit, let me just talk to the media and to white America for a minute, if y'all don't mind, folks. I'm talking to y'all. I know what the fuck y'all doing. Y'all already try to act like black people's history started off as slavery. So I know what the fuck y'all trying to do when every time something like this happens, y'all say this is the biggest massacre in fucking U.S. history. Stop the bullshit.
Yeah.
Please. Stop the fucking bullshit. No, it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all don't got Black Wall Street in history books. We know this. But we know there's a lot of motherfuckers that died because the Army came in and killed them. FBI came in and killed them. Y'all had fucking airstrikes, bro. Come on. This is murder at its finest. And we also know that y'all don't have Rosewood, Florida in the history books as well. A white lady said she was raped by a black dude when she was really getting beat the fuck down by her husband, and y'all go on a fucking 30-day massacre killing of everybody in fucking Rosewood. Like, do your Googles, bro. Like, we know what the fuck y'all doing when y'all trying to say this is the biggest massacre in history. No, it wasn't. And I know I'm missing more, because I'm missing one with the Native Americans, Indians. I'm sorry, I don't know which is better to say or not to say, but it was something like Little Rock or something like that. There was another massacre that happened with them. So for those that actually, read, we know every time y'all say this is the biggest massacre in history is bullshit. And now to get to the bullshit, the actual bullshit. So pretty much ditto on what everybody else said, because I mean to tell me this man had 30 something firearms, mad ammo. I'm pretty sure, you know how, I don't know, when your moms bring home the groceries and shit, or when your girl bring home whatever y'all do, y'all like, I'll be damned if I make 2 trips. We gonna carry all 10 bags somehow, some way, and we not coming back to the fucking car. Unfortunately, when you have that much ammo, I'm pretty sure you gotta go back and forth a few fucking times to get everything in the hotel.
Right.
Yeah.
So that mean to tell me this over 60-year-old dude did all of this shit on his dolo, and y'all ain't get nothing on tape. I'm pretty sure he wasn't the fastest and the strongest. You know what I'm saying? So after he broke, pretty much, you can't. It's impossible to open a window in a hotel, and especially down there at the wherever the fuck he's out. I know it's the Luxor. I was down at the Luxor when I went to Vegas. I know he was somewhere else, at Mandalay or something. It's not that easy to open these windows. So when you crack a window, like nothing, there's no alarm that goes off. There's no nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I'm tired, man. This shit is exhausting. Like fucking for real. Like this being in America, like my neck hurts, man. I got a lot of stress every day dealing with work, bro. And then I gotta have the daily stress of dealing with fucking American society. I don't know if y'all boys listened to the Joe Budden show the other day. He had his podcast, not the Everyday Struggle, but his Joe Budden podcast. He said something that was interesting. War, 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 guns, travesty, tragedy, death. That's $1 trillion business.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of money. So in order to keep that money going, you gotta continue to kill people, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, yo, I know it's somewhere, you know, he said conspiracy theories, Joe shit, and to quote him, I know I'm not gonna say everything verbatim. Basically, he's saying, yo, it gotta be a Bilderberg side buyer or something, a conglomerate, a round table that controls death. Like every year we go with this amount of percentage of fucking death. You gotta keep the funeral homes popping. You gotta keep the mortuaries popping. Everything, health is $1 trillion business. So if health is $1 trillion business, death gotta be a fucking $1 trillion business, bruh. Just like Chuck alluded to, and you know it was a side vibe, but it goes everything. Because when I fucking peel the onions, I'm gonna peel every layer. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta pop these pills. The pills ain't for healing. It's to keep you on these fucking pills, bro.
Yeah.
Here we go. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Again, everybody rocking their pink. You know, much respect to everybody who's going through it, who has lost a loved one. I've lost a loved one to breast cancer. That shit isn't fair. But as Chuck alluded to, when they try to give him a 7-year-old article, it's 2017, bro. We've been doing Breast Cancer Awareness Month for I don't know how fucking long. Y'all mean to tell me y'all can create robots with their own lives to the point where you got to shut them down because they started talking to each other and shit and started making their own language and shit. Y'all don't got a cure for this shit already? We can stop losing our aunties and our mothers and our grandmothers if y'all just give us a fucking cure? Y'all don't got one already? Where's these millions and millions of dollars that y'all raise every fucking October? Where is that shit going to? Where the fuck is it going to? So it's just like at the end of the day, bro, I'm tired of the bullshit. Like I got kids, man, and it scares me. Everything is about money. Everything we not humans, man. We a percentage of the dollar bill, and I'm not even going to our social security numbers. That's another show for it in itself.
Oh shit!
Shit.
Oh, you go.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not even going to all that. This is humans is $1 trillion business. And we got to keep the death code because it's like at the end of the day, shit get oversaturated, shit get overpopulated. It got to decrease somehow. But just know I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm sorry if I answered the question, Murray, but I can't just give an answer to a question just because we got to have content and we got to have, you know, this is dialogue that's needed any fucking way. So I do appreciate the questions for real because it allows me to go to somewhere else that sometimes folks may not think about. You know what I mean? That's just me. But this Vegas shit is bullshit, man. It's just more bullshit to keep the money circling into the same 5 people's hands at the round table. The money don't come to us, and that's why all this whole racism shit is bullshit. They want us to keep us apart, man. Because truth be told, I know they tell the poor white folks, well, at least you ain't black. But y'all still poor. They don't give a fuck about y'all neither, fam. They don't give a fuck about the middle class. Middle class ain't nothing but another word to give to poor people to feel like they not poor. We still fucking broke, bro. Like, it ain't about black. It ain't about the fucking. It's about the bread. It's about the fucking bread that they get to keep while we doing Hunger Games. So.
Thanks.
I'm done with it. My bad. I'm off the soapbox.
No, you good.
Man. You did good, man. That's real shit, man. I don't know why people. Well, I know why people have the wool over their eyes, though, man. But it is what it is. Bush tore down the towers, man.
Facts.
Yeah.
They just told us this a long time ago.
Yeah, and the evidence is there. The evidence is there.
We know the involvement. This is some bullshit. The Boston Marathon shit was some bullshit. And when we say bullshit, it's not about the victims. It's like when Kaepernick taking knee, it's not about going against the troops. So you guys that want to go ahead and do your whatever though and say that we're saying what we're saying and it goes against them, we know your agenda. Or we know that you're puppets. Either one.
Yeah.
So we don't have time to deal with you. People always say, man, no, man, look, I want to reach as many people as I wake up. I want to wake up as many people as I can, though, but I don't have time to stay too long trying to wake up people when the building is burning. Not gonna fucking go up in flames. Trying to wake you up. If I say get the fuck up and yell it, and you hear me, you still stay in bed. All right, Chief. Do you think? I don't got time for this shit. Cause we got to keep it pushing, man. Yeah, man. If you believe this story, I mean, they show the guy smiling in pictures. They show him smiling, but they show Mike Brown scowling. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, right. Really quick. My bad. Really quick. All right. So, everybody listen to the show right now. I promise you, this will blow your fucking mind. Go to Google, click on images, type in 3 white boys, and then do 3 black boys, and watch the fucking pictures that come up. That shit floored the shit out of me. Like, damn, that shit is fucking crazy. You can't even search a Google image without that shit being image, like them portraying a certain message, man. That shit is ridiculous, B.
Shocking? Not shocking at all. This is what they want, man. This is the image they want, though. But white people have done more to destroy the world than anybody combined.
Yeah, they're the true terrorists.
Oh, speaking of that word, why is this guy a terrorist? What is terrorism?
Why is he a terrorist? What you mean? You ain't hear his brother's interview? You ain't see how they go get his fucking brother and grab up good pictures? Oh my God, how could he? He's a good guy. He's this.
What is Mama dog?
But you said you got Eric Garner one time, he's smoking weed.
Yeah.
You find that shit though, man.
It's definitely it's some bitch shit, man. It's some real bitch ass shit. Speaking of bitches that ain't shit, Tina Campbell from Mary Mary. I don't have time. I know people gonna say what they gonna say because she's fucking singing gospel songs. She praises the Lord. I don't give a shit what the fuck you do. If you say some bitch ass shit, I'm gonna call you out. I don't give a fuck. So
the black delegates, were like to trade.
I ain't got time to play around. Shout out to that bitch. Talking about she voted for Donald Trump because he shares his her Christian beliefs. Though, bitch, what God are you worshiping? God of heaven, or the God that's on that green thing?
Can we trade Jane Elliott for Tina Campbell, please?
Yeah. I mean, we don't even need to trade Jane Elliott. She's already in. We don't want to. Some people you don't want to fucking trade, Chuck. You don't want to fucking. You don't want to give them to good, decent white people.
We've been had Jane Elliott since she was on Sally Jesse Raphael. We've been had that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. How about we don't trade Tina Campbell. We just put her off on waivers. We just.
Waiver.
Yeah, right. Yeah, man.
Listen, Tina Campbell, you good. We got the shackles off your feet. You can dance.
She took them shit.
You can praise Donald Trump. So this is who
she took the shackles off her feet and put them on her wrist. That's what she did. She put them she put that shit around her neck.
I just want a coon dance.
She tied her own noose around her own neck. That's what she did.
Yeah, that bitch. And her sister stuck up for her, though, of course, though. And, can I be too mad at her sister was sticking up for her or whatever, though?
Right.
I guess I can. That's her sister. They're going to ride together. So, shit, she's getting attacked. She went to sister mode. Whether she voted for Donald Trump or not, I don't know.
We got to be careful. We're talking about a good Christian woman, man. We got to be careful, man. We're talking about a good Christian lady.
It's right to the limit.
Hey, look, bitch. I ain't got to look, man. Listen. Hey, before she started getting the shackles off her feet, though, man, she was just Tina for the hood.
Yeah. Ah, boy.
She's proven herself to be a worthless bitch by saying what she said, though, and she want to back off, though. But look, votes don't count. Though, but the fact that you're saying that, what is your agenda? So, just to kind of get your thoughts, man. what's your thought on Tina Campbell on a personal level? And what y'all think about these religious bullshitters, man? Just using religion to justify what they do, and then trying to apologize in the name of Jesus. What are your thoughts on both those issues?
Hey man, go ahead, Chuck. You about to say something?
No, you go ahead. You good, Pete.
Nah, I was just saying, like, on a personal level, I have no feelings, man. You can't waste feelings on certain people, bruh. Like, that's wasting your energy. You know what I mean? I have no feelings towards her. But the shit that killed me, man, and it's funny how, even though, like, we set up all this content, we set up the questions, and then the men do this thing by getting the rundown together and all that shit. But it's funny how at the end, like, every time we kick it, it's always like a bottom line. It's always like a moral to the shit we talking about. Because we going back to the zombie shit again. We going back to the humans and the demons and all of that, because at the end of the day, the sad thing about it is you actually have folks following her just because she's using the Christian angle. You know what I'm saying? Well, she's a Christian, she's God-fearing, blah, blah, blah. You got to understand. No, fuck that. Because if she was really Christian and God-fearing and knew about the God body and really understood this, this faith stuff, you wouldn't vote for this dude. Like, come on, man. Just because you say I believe in a God, so did the Ku Klux Klan, my G. You know what I mean? They said the same shit. You gonna ride with if somebody from the KKK did their thing? You gonna vote for them just because they go the Christian angle? That's not how this shit works, man. And the religious folks kill me because they know what it is. It's all about the bread and the exposure, my dude. You out here to talk about some shit. You're not even talking about music. You're not even talking about what you got going for yourself. And then the shit killed me. I don't know if y'all saw a little clip of her on the reel or whatever the fuck show it was. Talking about, this is what I'm going to say, and that's all I'm going to have to say about that. This is all you have to say, but you've been saying this shit for months and weeks, and you out here now. Get shit like, shut the fuck up. That's the shit that kills me, man. And then you got people that's blinded by it, and like, it's our folks. It's our people that's going with the bullshit. Well, it's her opinion. And you're right, it's her. It's whatever the fuck. She ain't had to say it. How we find out about it in the first place? You're not supposed to know who you voted for, right? You're not supposed to tell people you do what you do. You know what I'm saying? How does information even come about in the first place? But she wanted it to be out. She wanted this shit to be known. Get her name popping or whatever, how much bread she can get on a reality show on VH1. They're going to probably do a fucking love and gospel. I don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is all an agenda for her. It's selfish, it's petty, and it's fucked up. And real shit, any true folk that have any type of faith know this ain't a part of the higher powers plan. This ain't it. No. You see what the fuck going on now? So don't come at me, this is the reason why you did it. We ain't had to know in the first place. It's all bullshit. And it goes back to the agenda and what they fuckers wanted to see. And go back to the media and how the shit needs control. To go back to that. We haven't wasted that time and energy being pissed off at Erica Campbell because she voted for Donald Trump, knowing like this is gonna set us off anyway. Well, this shouldn't even fucking matter. This ain't nothing but a distraction. It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. And it's not needed. And my neck still hurts.
My neck still hurts. That's a quote. My neck still hurts. So what are your thoughts on these religious bullshitters though, and just the Tina Campbell situation though, man?
I mean, her philosophy coincides along with what her Bible says, right? There's justifications for destruction.
Say it again.
So her beliefs coincide exactly with what her Bible says.
Her Bible says. I like that.
The justification of certain acts, the hatred, the killing, the backstabbing. That's all in the Bible for people that don't know.
Yeah.
Just in case people they go, what are you talking about? Yeah, read your fucking Bible. Amir knows. I was in church 5 days a fucking week back early, but not from 2006 about 2009. if you called me and said, "Yo, Chuck, where you at?" I'm at fucking church, right? So, and Amir knows my story. My grandfather's a retired bishop, so this is not coming from somebody who doesn't know the Bible. Like all that shit is in there. And I'm not saying that I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying that a lot of times when people will say, well, because you'll speak out on something like, for example, somebody's religion, right? You speak up somebody against, well, what experience do you have? You can't really speak on it. Motherfucker, yes, I can. right? So her, I mean, she's living up to what's in her Bible, right? Her philosophy it's paganism, what they use in the Bible at its finest, right? But unfortunately for Tina, she's on that wrong side of the equation, right? She's supporting Trump, but he will not hesitate to hang her black ass from a tree. All right. If he doesn't do it, if he doesn't do it, one of his white supremacist Klan members will. And then I would wonder what her sister would do then, right? Will her sister still support Trump? Will her sister say, well, it was justified? Right. So, like Pete said, man, Tina Campbell, she's not a disappointing loss at all. Like I can give two fucks. It is what it is, right? You chose a side. You chose the wrong one. Fuck you. Suck a dick. Next.
Thanks.
Watch Birth of a Nation, people. Understand how they use the Bible to control you. When I first saw it, I obviously went on the tirade and called her a bitch, though, and that still stands. But it made me realize, it made me get to a point where I was like, you know what? There may be a part of her that actually really believes that. That believes that him saying anything that, like you said, coincides with her Bible is enough. She might actually believe that. Now, she could be on bullshit, and it could be about getting money and whatever, though, and remaining relevant, though, but she could actually believe that. And just taking that, possibility into effect, it just shows you, man. I say to people all the time, the reason why I talk the way I talk is because of my mom, the people she put me on to, and she can't break it. She can't. It took her 7 years to talk about how bad the church was treating her, and I was like, why don't you leave the church? Well, until God puts it in my spirit, and says something different. I'm like, motherfucker. I think he's giving you the message. You're not heeding it. And so this is what you have to. This is the mindset, man. And like you said, Chuck, you probably know the Bible more than the pastor does at most churches. Most pastors at churches probably have read Bishop Don Juan's book than they have read the entire Bible. Because they be pimping. But I heard a story the other day. I'm not saying that about all pastors, though, because there are some who do follow the real word, and not just the word of God in that Bible, but the mission of God and Jesus, who was amongst the people, not just amongst the being at the pulpit and getting money. That's the real work of God and Jesus, though, and that's the real work of any person. What you leave, you can't take money with you. So it's the legacy and the effect that you have that's important. Not, how much money you had and to a plane you fucking had, a $60 million. Shout out to Creflo Dollar, you fucking piece of shit.
This nigga crept your dollar. You did.
Yeah, crept your dollars, man, and taking dollars, Jake. Joe Oldfiend. Joe Old Scheme. That's his new name.
Old Scheme. TD Snakes. TD Snakes.
Shout out to those pieces of shit. But yeah, man, we got to speak it real, man. I know people they hear the word pastor, you say something wrong about them. They're fucking people, nigga. Even Troy has pastor in front of his name. You can put fucking anything in front of his name. Run has run. I've never seen this nigga preach shit. All Rev Run ever did was fucking write fucking notes when he was in the tub at the end of his show. I never seen this nigga preach for shit. And I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go to see Rev Run preach. I'm good. I'm sorry if I missed your word, God. If it was through Rev Run, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'm not going to Rev Run, especially since he's friends with that piece of shit Kid Rock. So yeah, I'm good. But yeah, man, this is it is what it is, man, and you know. I hope you get it together, man. I hope you get it together, Tina Campbell. I don't want bad for you. I don't want bad. When I get to it, I really, because I see it. I see when it comes to that thing. Like I say, when it comes to when you want to get black people, when you get white people to vote, you go at their patriotism. You go at their loyalty to the country. When you go at black people, you go at their hope and their faith. And those are two very deep things. Motherfuckers said lock arms, Charles and Pete. And motherfuckers had a problem with that.
Yeah.
If you're at a church, think about it. It's the same way with us. And you don't bow your head and pray. And they say bow your head. They will look at you like you're fucked up. Even if you're praying.
Yeah. but Amir, but you got to realize, and the white people notice that spiritual, and this is not a racist comment. This is not anything racist, but black people are by nature more spiritual than white people.
Because to God, because we're first. Shit,
but but even goes down to a biological level. When you look at melanin. And if you research melanin and the purpose of melanin, biologically, we're more spiritual than white people. So this is why they have issues when they see black people praying, when they see black people uniting in faith and hope, because they understand that's our foundation.
Right.
Why do you think our organs so expensive?
Say it again, Pete.
I said, why do you think our organs is so expensive? They fucking know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But they manipulate our spirituality with their own doctrine.
Religion.
Yeah. Christianity.
Yeah.
Their Christianity. Christianity exists in Africa and stuff like that. It's just their Christianity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Christianity predates.
Have a white dude up there. That's why Kenny Loggins is up there being prayed to.
Yeah. Christianity predates the Bible. For anybody that doesn't know that.
Right.
We were practicing this shit way before the Bible was even conceived of.
Come on, man. Taught them everything. And that's why they had to bring us over here. They didn't bring us over here just to be slaves. They brought us over here so they could learn technology and everything. We built everything. The internet exists because of us.
Yeah. Everything.
Telephone.
Yeah.
You think Alexander Graham Bell was in there doing that shit? He had money. White people with money don't work. Come on, man. Listen, man, we made a delicacy out of fucking pig intestines. Nigga, we make magic out of bullshit. Like what's they said, just because we're magic doesn't mean we're not real.
Right.
We know what it is, man. Come on, man. They know that. And they know that. The ones who really study us, they know what the fuck we are. That's why they're every day trying to be us. And we were trying to be like them. We trying to be less of ourselves, and they trying to be more of us. That's crazy. I was gonna get into Nat Turner. Nat Turner's birthday just passed. I don't want to. Whether it's official or not, it's acknowledged that it just passed. I want to say it was on the 3rd. Something like that, though. So I want to say a happy birthday to Nat Turner, man. A real motherfucker, though. A real revolutionary. So I want to make sure I say that, though. All right, I guess before we get into the sports topics, Chuck, was there anything you want to talk about before we go ahead, or?
Yeah, really quick. So to kind of elaborate what I was saying earlier with the doctor shit. So I was offered another slave position. You know, what? Why are you laughing?
Indentured servant.
You know, just going from one slave ship to another. So of course, you know, the master had to make sure I was health wise, they wouldn't be liable if anything happened. So I'm sitting there. First of all, my nurse is scatterbrained. Nice lady, very nice lady. You know, she's a black lady. She's close to retirement age, so she was all over the place. So I work at a hospital setting. So of course, with hospital settings, they got the vaccine shit, right? So, and they consider them mandatory. So there's two mandatory vaccines. One is the flu vaccine, which there has been no substantial research that they have been effective. A lot of people like to quote articles from the CDC. Nigga, the CDC is a part of it. The CDC is not a health institution. They're called Center for Disease Control, meaning they control diseases. Oh man, people got to think. But anyway, so there's two vaccines, the flu vaccine, and then there's another one called Tdap, the tetanus shot. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'll go ahead and get the flu vaccine, right? As much as I didn't want to. But then when she said, well, you got to get this tetanus shot. What the fuck? Am I a lab rat, nigga? I had a tetanus shot since I was a kid. What the fuck am I doing getting the tetanus shot? Well, it's mandatory because you're working in clinic. You'll be working face to face with patients and stuff. So I started doing a little bit of research, and apparently that particular vaccine, it has adverse effects for people who have my condition. So I was like, okay, so this clearly is a problem. So she said, well, reach out to your doctor, see if he can, you know, clinically exempt you from doing it. So what did I do? Email my doctor, right? I'm thinking this nigga is going to be like, yo, I got you, Chuck. Don't worry about it. He says, and literally this is what he said. I says, hey, Dr. X, Y, and Z, it's required that I get this shot based off my preliminary research. It has adverse effects for people who have my condition. Are you able to write me a letter saying I'm clinically exempt, or would I be okay getting the vaccine? This is literally his reply. You should be okay. That was like verbatim. That was like I typed up this. Like my email was a few sentences, right? I sent it to him. Damn. He replies like literally, like all he put was, "You should be okay." I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay. First of all, you ain't answered the fucking question, but you should be okay. Nigga, I don't base my health off should be's. Just imagine you walk into a operating room and the surgery should be a success. What? Nigga, get the fuck out of here.
I mean, you know, good luck.
So, oh man, that shit was crazy, B. So I replied to him, and I wasn't rude. I'm like, I'd say, hey, I'm still not comfortable. You know, are you saying it should be okay that you can write me a letter saying I can be clinically exempt, or are you writing me a letter saying I should be okay getting the vaccine? He said you should be okay getting the vaccine, and I'm writing a letter. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm still not comfortable. Regardless of what you're saying, I'm still not comfortable taking this. And then that's when he sends me this article from 2010. Like, I'm supposed to say, oh, okay, well, based off this clinical trial, it says there's no adverse effects. Nigga, fuck out of here. This is one article.
As much shit that advances, though, 7 years is a long time in this day and age.
Come on, what? Absolutely. Nigga, what? If that shit was from 2015, 2016, I'm like, okay, well, what's the most recent research? I need some shit from this year. Like, what's the most, because shit, like you said, shit changes. So now I'm
damn near last decade. That's the last decade.
Yeah, come on, man. What?
I mean, that's the beginning of this decade, but it's
I'm like, this can't be serious, man.
Shit from.
You just send me an article.
If this is in 2010, it really is research of 09.
Yes. And this is just, mind you, this is just one article. This is not even several articles. You sent me one article from 2010 and think that, okay, well, I guess this proves it. I can go get this vaccine. Fuck out of here. No way. And so I'm telling people, I'm like, look, I'm either going to get I'm either going to get a religious exemption or a clinical exemption, or I'm not taking this new job. And the fucked up part about it.
Have you gone to Dr. Sebi yet?
You said Dr. Sebi?
Yeah.
Oh.
Rest in peace. Have you looked him up? Have you? I know you know who he is, obviously, though. But have you went ahead and did some research on that?
It's crazy, man. And so
Charles Weed.
I reached out to a couple. So yeah, but the fucked up part about it is this new slave position. It comes with a decent little increase, but I'm not. That increase is not worth me spending that difference on healthcare costs because this vaccine fucked my shit up, right? So, yeah, I was on edge the whole day yesterday, Doug. Like, I'm pissed. I'm emailing nurses, doctors. I was fucking fuming yesterday because, first of all, the health screening. So, I got there at 7:15 in the morning. I'm thinking it was like an in and out thing. Nigga, I didn't get to work till 10 o'clock. So I was literally sat in the office for 2 fucking hours. While this nurse is going through everything and telling me the vaccines and all that shit is mandatory, and she's trying to verify that my position is clinical and all this other shit. So of course she's part of the system, right? So I can't explain to her that, hey, there's no research on these vaccines. And the fucked up part about it is like the shit that this particular vaccine, the particular shit that it's saying that it's protecting against, it's like 1 in 1 million. It happens. Like this shit is fucking rare. Like, why is this even a fucking mandatory vaccine when this shit barely fucking happens? It's crazy, man. And again, people get upset when you start questioning these vaccines, when you start questioning the medical institution of these healthcare organizations. Because the shit is out there, man, and people just don't want to do research, man. People don't. Like I said earlier in the show, man, we become sheep, we become lambs. Like we literally submitted to the powers to be.
Like George Carlin said, man, we are willfully ignorant.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, man. Pretty much.
Well, willfully ignorant, man.
So that's my vent for the day. That's what's been on my mind. Like I was fucking fuming yesterday. Like I went to see my acupuncturist yesterday, and I was just venting to her. And she's like real nice little lady, and so I can tell she's like, all right, let's not go there. You know what I'm saying? It's not focused. So I was venting to her, and then she's like, okay, well, and then she just went right into the session. So but yeah, man. So it's crazy, B. So I don't know. I end up not taking this position because I'm not getting that vaccine. It's not happening.
I totally understand, man.
I dig it, man.
Vaccines, yeah.
I dig it.
Yeah. Listen, man. Before we get into the sports joint, though, just kind of elaborate on that, man. Listen, there was remedies and there was natural stuff before they started putting needles and shit in your arm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, they still exist. Shit still grows. I don't. I mean, they've been mining diamonds and gold. They've been doing this with fruits and vegetables and stuff, and shit still grows. It still exists. And mostly for everything that it is unnatural. There's a natural aspect to it. You know what I'm saying, though? That's really what you should be just taking anyways. Mm-hmm. So I absolutely understand it, man. You got a problem with the vaccines, though? Don't do it. They try to make it mandatory even with the kids. I'm like, yeah, man, shit.
Yeah. Yo, really quick, and my bad, really quick, and then because I don't want to do something in my bad. I mean, I've been there. So the doctor I used to work for, he had a patient who, and I won't say where I work, but because of this mandatory vaccination, her son was paralyzed from the neck down. This kid is 15 years old, and he was a patient of the doctor I was working for. And her story was on the news and everything, and there was a big lawsuit for the hospital here in Baltimore. Like, come on, like, if I'm taking a medication that paralyzes somebody from the neck, why the fuck is that even an option? Just nigga, let me get the flu and I'll be out in 2 weeks. I'd rather have a 2 week.
Flu shot shit.
Say it again, Pete.
I said they killed me with that flu shot shit.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. I'd rather have the flu for 2 weeks than be paralyzed for life from the neck down. Fuck out of here. Damn, that should be pissing me off, man. Jeez.
That's a topic that we'll make sure we have this right now. We need to talk about vaccines and vaccinations and stuff like that. Because, Pete, I know, especially you with small children, you're going to have to, I mean, obviously, you know what I'm saying, I'm pretty sure you already had to deal with the issue with, you know what I'm saying, the first kid with Jag. I'm sure you have to deal with Jacob, obviously. You know what I'm saying?
I wasn't allowed.
You think, because kids grow up fast. And so
I wasn't allowed to say this. I ain't even tell you. I gotta say this. I wasn't allowed to bring Jacob out the hospital unless he had 2 shots.
Yeah, that's
crazy. He wasn't allowed to make a decision on your child being given a shot.
Yeah, that's crazy.
For like mumps and measles and shit. For some 1600 disease. But
that's crazy. Yo, Pete, but I'm
gonna say that.
I'm gonna send you some info because I'm in a group on Facebook, and a lot of them are against vaccines, and they don't let their kids get the vaccine. So there's paperwork. Once I get it from them, I'll just send that shit over to you. So that way, they legally they say that shit is mandatory, but it's not mandatory.
Okay. Yeah.
There's certain paperwork that you have to submit to them, and once they send it to me, I'll send it over to you. So that way you can.
And Chuck, make sure you can put that information if you can on the link on our page. Stuff like that, so that they can go and get that information too, though, man, because that's important. Man.
Yeah, it is, man.
Important. Very important, man.
And Bill Gates invests in vaccines as well.
Well, we know about Bill Gates and Planned Parenthood and his ties with Margaret Sanger.
Yeah, everybody thinks he's a mentor. Not to me. I don't give a how much money this nigga got.
I don't give a shit either. He's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he is.
Okay. Because boy, we can go into that long. We will. But before I get into the Bills, I want to get into this topic first, Pete, with the NBA All-Star Game. There's no more East versus West. There will be a captain on one side. Whoever gets the most votes, I assume, will be a captain. The 2 that get the most votes, one captain, and I guess they'll pick their team. It's kind of like how they do with the Pro Bowl now. They kind of been switching that up. Obviously, well, not obvious, maybe to all, but to me, this is a play on because of the fact that the Western Conference is obviously the strongest conference right now. So it's about getting the best in the All-Star game. And so, and I think it's also a ploy to go ahead and eliminate, maybe not conferences, but certainly divisions.
That's coming.
And so, Pete, kind of what is your thoughts on this? You think it's a good thing? I don't know, Chuck, if you want to chime in or whatever. You think this is a good thing, or you're not fucking with it?
I like it, man. I don't mind.
You like it?
I mean, just do imagine it'll be LeBron and who the fuck else in the East versus that should be whack. The last few All-Star weekend shit it's been trash, man. So they gotta spice it up. I understand the move. I mean, I'm not mad at it. So, like, you probably gonna see LeBron in the banana boat against everybody else. I wouldn't mind seeing. I wouldn't. You know what I mean? You might see LeBron and KD versus Russell Westbrook and Steph Curry. Like, that'd be dope. Motherfuckers kind of not liking each other.
You said LeBron and Durant?
Yeah, I mean, shit.
That would be dope.
You know what I mean? Like,
I can't even front on that.
Kyrie and Steph Curry play with each other and shit. Like, how I see it in my head, I think it could work. Yep. Huh?
I'm agreeing. It's interesting.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, it's interesting to me. And I think it's going to, well, maybe in football, like, I think that conference shit might end because, you know, unless the teams get better, or in the NBA, the conference shit might end too. Because the East is trash. The East is trash. You know what I'm saying? So, you got to make competition. Everybody on the super team shit, like, you got to sort of equate that a little bit. So, I'm not mad at it. Long with the answer to say I'm not mad at it.
Does this answer, though, because a lot of people think that getting to the Hall of Fame is weak. Having all-star votes, though, can get you in, even if you're not necessarily a champion, or even if you don't have that many, playoff wins or whatever. Though. I mean, let's be honest. One of my favorite players is Tracy McGrady. He's not an all-star, even though he was a very popular player. But for some, let's use maybe like a Rip Hamilton, who is a champion, but because he was the Pistons,
yes, sir,
he goes to 5 All-Star games. Now he could, that's the credentials to get in the Hall of Fame. But he probably doesn't get those all-star joints if this type of system existed. If we're going off popular vote, how are they going to do it?
That's true. Yeah, I agree.
Are you at a point where you picking amongst the all-stars that's already picked, or I want to know how it's played out. I assume that's how it goes, but it just seemed like it kind of is going to be because you could pick it to one conference. So there's some people going to be left out. You can pick it if you're picking all-stars. You can go ahead and say, all right, I'm picking. I got LeBron here, and I may got Kyrie, and let's say Antetokounmpo, and then all the other ones are just from the West. So that leaves out people like DeMar DeRozan is not going to get in. Isaiah Thomas may not get in. John Wall probably get in, though, but Bradley Beal won't get in. These people won't get in, and that's going to, that could affect how you view your career.
That's a possibility. I can't, honestly, I don't see that happening. I see, because it's too widespread. It's too many. It's not like it's not just LeBron, KD, Westbrook anymore. Like, motherfuckers is balling out here. Like, Lonzo Ball might be nasty. I don't know. Like, so, I'm not knocking it, though, because anything is possible, just off the strength that anything can happen.
Most of the All-Stars are going to be for the West.
Most of the what?
Most of the All-Stars with this system are going to be from the West.
Well, shit, who fault is that? Everybody is there. You got Melo over there now, Paul George. You know what I'm saying? Like,
is it somebody's fault that they're playing the East, though, like DeMar DeRozan or Kyle Lowry? Because Kyle Lowry has been All-Star 3 years. And I think deservedly so in the East. Now, he's not going to get in.
Nah, he's been trash the last 2 seasons anyway, for real. DeMar DeRozan gonna get in. Kyrie been injury prone and shit. Yeah, man. Kyle Lowry. Yeah, we talking about Kyle Lowry, right? Yeah.
I'm talking about DeMar DeRozan get in.
DeMar will get in if he ball out. He get in. It's like you can't. I feel what you're saying. We gonna see. I don't know. That might be I might be naive about it. I don't know. I just don't. But you talking to a nigga that's like, we talk about sport. We basketball. This is what it is. This is how we look at it. So you just could have the popular vote, popular name. Anything possible, man, but I don't see it happening, personally. But we go see.
I'm interested. I am very interested in seeing how this plays out. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be fun to watch. I think ultimately it's going to be LeBron team versus Durant's team. That's what they want.
Yeah. I feel you.
They want to see LeBron versus Durant in all types of aspects right now.
I agree.
So that's what's going to go down, though. All right. Before we get into our poetry reading or whatever, though, we have to talk about the Bills before we end it out. We're 3-1.
3-1, man.
Patriots looked ass against the Bucs, even though they won. Let's be honest.
They did.
It was 30 or 40 for 300-something yards. Tom Brady and a touchdown and an interception, and Jameis Winston had a horrible game, and y'all won by 5, 19-14. They look ass right now. Now, again, this is 5 games in, though, but we're not talking about an 82-game season. We're talking about a 16-game season. That's a good little chunk of time. It's 1/3 of the season, pretty much. And so, I guess just to get kind of your thoughts, do you think that the Bills should be recognized as a top 5 team? Do we have the best defense? And I hate to use this fucking word. Dear God in heaven, what do you think about our playoff chances?
All right, so people, listen. If folks watch the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game, you should be ecstatic as a Buffalo Bills fan. Tampa Bay, before that game, only had 1 quarterback sack. They were last in quarterback sacks, and they smashed Tom Brady. Their front 7 is not that great. Our front 7 is in the top 5 of the fucking NFL this year, bro. So imagine if Tampa Bay could do that shit. Imagine the shit we could do. You know what I'm saying? Our front 7 is no joke. This shit is not a fluke because if y'all recall, when we had Schwartz and shit before Rex Ryan, we was in the 4-3 defense. We was in the top 5 that year, dog.
Say it again, man, because they need to know what the fuck the 4-3 defense is, Pete.
Dude, shit, Jerry Hughes is stupid. It allows your top, the players you get through your system, it allows them to do the best shit they can do at their talent to be able to do what the fuck they can. Jerry Hughes, he's fast, he's quick, he's agile. He's coming off the defensive end. He's coming off running stacking every time. And the only thing that was missing in that defense before we had Rex Ryan and the Swerve defense, the only thing that was missing, our cornerbacks weren't that good. You know what I'm saying? Our cornerbacks weren't that good. We have the top scoring defense in the fucking league right now, and it's not a fluke because our cornerbacks and that Micah High safety pickup was beautiful. That free agency pickup in the summer was beautiful. Now, since we got the cornerbacks and the safeties, our front seven can do what the fuck they can because they got safety blankets in the back, bruh. Like, listen, this shit is not a fluke. The only thing that can kill us is health. Health is kind of hurting us right now. As long as we stay focused, we going to Cincinnati. I'm going to the game Sunday. Shameless plug. It's going to be popping. You know what I'm saying? If we go in the game,
intact, right?
Absolutely. This is the last game before the bye week. So we're going 4-1. We can beat Cincinnati. We're going to be a problem. Offense has got to do what they do, man. Just don't fuck up because our defense is back.
Yeah, man. I think. Look, 5 games in, man. Our defense is for real, man.
Yeah.
After Atlanta, went into Atlanta and did what we did, our defense is definitely for real. And like I said, this is when we strive the most, man. When we get into 4-3. Playoff chances. I gotta wait till week 15.
Yeah, I feel. I've
been cheated on. I've been hurt. I feel like Katherine Jackson when she found out Joe Jackson was cheating. She said, "I don't want you. I don't want you." I'm hurt. I'm scorned. They've done too much to me, but I'm definitely sold on the defense. I'm sold on this coach as a person who seems like he's a leader, and I haven't seen that. He seems like he's a leader. There's an aura about him that seems like, okay, this is a man. This isn't a motherfucker who's just a coordinator or a motherfucker who's just trying to go ahead and get celebrity like Rex Ryan or a motherfucker who like Dick Duran who seemed like he was the retarded version of Bill Belichick where he didn't talk much.
This nigga said,
he didn't know much either. Sling blade. And so yeah, man. I like it. I hope the staff sticks it out, man. Stay with us, man. Stay with us. We got something good going. Schwartz would have stayed. But he wanted to be the coach. He wanted to be the man, and he said, if y'all not going to make me the man here, I'll go somewhere else and coordinate. But I'm not going to stay here when I know that I'm the solution. And I can't blame him for that, so he left.
Not at all.
He left. So this guy, he's got a head coaching position in the NFL, which, though, it seems like it's given out all the time to anybody, though, but it's hard. It's hard to get a job. It's only 32 jobs in the NFL. Mm-hmm. So, for him to be a head coach, I'm pretty, get him, pay him, bills. Hello? Pagula, you have it.
Right.
Yes, I'm with it. I'm with it, man. I'm with it. I'm with the shits.
Yeah, I'm a believer in the law of averages, right? So it's been over 200. It's been over.
Go ahead, Chuck.
It's been over 280 games plus since we made the playoffs. I mean, eventually we gotta. I mean, now those are games. So those are not seasons, obviously. But I'm just saying, man. 280 games plus, man.
Damn, Chuck.
We got like
gonna happen.
It has to. It's law of averages. It has to happen. It's a fucking law. Is it going to be this season? I mean, I haven't caught any games, but I have been trying to keep up on the Bills. But I don't know. We'll see, man. You know, I mean, we've had great starts before, and some way through half the season, the fucking coaches staff decided to switch it up for some dumbass reason. And like you guys mentioned, the health challenges that we've always had health challenges, man. That shit means like a plague for us, dog. So I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see.
Our trainers, our training staff was shitty. The athletic training and all the health, they got them out of there though, so that's another good thing. The motherfuckers been there since the 90s. We had the same training staff since the same.
We haven't changed as technology and everything has changed. We've kept the same prehistoric dinosaurs.
These niggas.
I didn't even know that.
Oh,
wait, so they were there when Marv Lee was there? No.
Yeah, man.
What? I didn't know that.
Cornelius Bennett was there?
Cornelius.
They've been there since the biscuit?
Damn. That's crazy.
Since them days, dog.
Damn.
I'm like, yo.
That explains it.
We stay hurt, bro. All the time. Like, it's like no shit, no death.
Yeah.
But they finally got rid of them, so that's another thing.
Okay.
I think it's for real, but we gonna see, man. Let's stop talking about it. Let's not jinx it. Move on to the rap and the poetry, baby.
These motherfuckers was out here prescribing Ben Gay. It's whatever you need, he'll fix it.
Nigga rubbing castor oil on his fucking kneecaps.
Nigga was diagnosing him with leprosy.
Take his tussin.
Nigga making homemade remedies and shit. You like, what's an iPad? iPad? Nigga, what's an iPad?
Right.
A cap full of Buckleys.
He said a cap full of Buckleys. Oh my goodness.
Is that Windows 95?
Nigga updating the chart with Windows 95 and shit.
Is that a floppy disk? Yo, listen, man. That shit is crazy. All right, man. As always, me and Pete, we gonna go ahead, man. Gonna give you this poetry and these lyrics, man. So, Pete, you want to go first, man? You want me to go first?
Hey, man, it's all good. I knock my shit out, you know. I just be in my thoughts, man. Don't mind me, dog. Hey, fools polish as I spread knowledge. Keep learning as I grow. That's your true power. The flower that grew from concrete, see, that's me. A few pricks on the stems protect the rose, B. Listen clear, fuck fear and his cousin, too. Insecurities don't exist unless you want them to. I'm Jada Kiss with these lines, now fireproof, which means the key to the locks are attainable. Just thoughts from the mind of a troubled soul, battling the demons since a youngin' no. Cry tears all alone so they won't see me weak, while my son tell his friends, Dad, Superman to me. I gotta live up to the hype, although depression runs deep. Angel on the left side, but the devil never sleeps. Amen.
Oh
man, Pete goes in, man.
As always, my man Pete delivers.
This joint, man, is called. This one is called. It's inspired by the song by Nas called the album actually, Nigger. So I wrote. Slavery was not a game, though EA tried to. How long will you allow yourself to be lied to? Worry about the hater right behind you. What about the devil right beside you? Shit's deeper. How do you expect everlasting accepting gifts from the reaper? Asking when will the pain be over? Selling your soul for Jews, fine bitches in a fucking Rover. You got a brain, but intelligence you're not responsive. Believing anything the government and CNN correspondences. Looking at Iraq like they're the problem, but hell's home. You believe anything the media tells you as long as they don't cut off your 5G cell phone. Sad to say, but this ain't far-fetched or too bold. Most motherfuckers will lick ass crack as long as the motherfucker shit's gold. Listen.
Damn. Okay. Okay.
No, brother. Okay. Talk your shit, brother. Talk your shit.
Man. Well, Pete, that's dope, man. Yo, man, we gotta wake up, man, and get to one of these joints, man. These poetry reading joints, man.
Yeah.
Shit, man. No, man, we gotta find a way to do it, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's definitely gonna be in the works, though, man. Well, before you close this out, I'm just gonna say, man, y'all know God loves y'all. I barely tolerate y'all though, man, and look forward to great things to come, man. And yeah, we getting it, man.
Absolutely, man. It was a beautiful show today, fellas. As always, topics and the thoughts and the emotion was always on fire, man. Before we close out, Chuck, you got any last joints before we dip out of here?
No, man. A great show as always, fellas, man. I enjoy this time every Saturday, just kicking it, man. And I'm recording. Although people listening to this don't hear it until the next Friday, but it's and some of and we say it all the time, man. The stuff we talk about, you're not going to hear on other shows, man. And that's the whole purpose of it. It's called the common sense experience for a reason, right? Right. We talking about the common shit that it isn't so common, but it needs to be. So that's it, man. So good show, fellas, man.
Absolutely, man. Catch us every Friday. You can check us out on iTunes, check us out on iHeart, check us out on Spreaker. The Common Sense Experience. Holler at us on Twitter, the BPN Network 716. And till we meet again, Two Fingers means peace. We see y'all next week. We out.
Peace.